Hey, what's up? Excuse me, just how's it going, guys? What's up? How's my sound? This is the second stream, I guess, now on the new setup. It's working pretty well so far. It's a MSI 7 RDX. It's pretty good so far. How's my sound, guys? By the way, that video you were just seeing, that's a music video of an old anime called Dirty Pair I'm getting into. It's I don't think it has anything to do with Kenichi Sonoda, but it is very his speed. But it is like his colleagues that did it. The music. Oh, I didn't get to the gun. Not the Gunsmith Caps one. Although I don't think I got to that one either. There's a good Bubblegum Crisis music video I have in that lineup. Anyways, how we doing? I started, I guess, on time. I was going to do a little earlier, but I didn't. I'm going to have to cut this short probably around 9:10 because then I got a DDS show meeting. And so, yeah, we're going to... Let's see. I had a plan. Guarantee you. What was that plan? I just forgot. I found a spider in my room and it fucking unnerved me. I guess I had to murder it. I guess technically it's a home invasion. I was within my rights according to the castle doctrine. Let's see what my plan was for tonight. I guess because I was gonna see is sound off in the chat. Who's here? Hang on. Shit. Anyways, you know what I did watch? Speaking of weeb shit. A while back, Mecca, my co-host for Mostly Movies, he got me this Gundam Wing Endless Waltz. I just watched it like last night. I'd seen it before. It's an older movie, you know. Actually, three episodes OVA as well. But Gundam Wing was my like first mecha anime. Funnily enough, yeah, he wasn't that small of a spider though, and I typically let spiders live. But he was in my fucking room, in my home, and I'm getting bug bites lately, and I'm pretty sure that was him. So I got him. Not bug bites, but you know, bites. Could also be mosquitoes. I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter. I watched Gundam Wing, Endless Waltz, pretty fucking good. Animation holds up even on DVD quality. I'd forgotten how like sad shit gets in Gundam. There's so many child deaths in Gundam Wing, and I guess the whole series in general is the fact. Yeah, that's a sad fucking series. Very emotional. I've been getting kind of emotional about like a lot of things lately, and I'm not in a way that's like. Not in a way that's like, you know, oh, I'm a pussy, but it's like, man, that really hits. Maybe I'm getting old. I don't know, being sentimental and shit. I've been watching. I think I told you guys I finished all of the English manga of Berserk, everything available in English, which is funny to me that it's been going on for longer than I've been alive, and it's still not done. I wonder which is going to end first, Berserk's story or my life. Hopefully the story will end first so I can finish it. Anyways, you know what I did see too? Just on the way to sorry, no fear, no pain. Oh, yeah, that's true. You know, on the way to, speaking of fear, hopefully we have a guest tonight. I checked out, it was a great end on Chillstream, Jesus Christ. He was panicked. Not too obsessed, of course. But shit, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, on the way home, I was on my walk today. I was getting some ramen at the store. And I goddamn saw Santa Claus with a police escort in an APC. So I'm thinking we got an advantage in the war on Christmas. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, who's in the chat but Sam? Is there anyone else but in the chat other than Sam? Because I'm seeing 3 people. Who's here? Anyone who wants to come in, just, you know, say you want to come in and we'll talk till probably 9:10. I got to set an alarm actually. Because it starts at 9:50. Who gives a shit? No matter. Let me just set my alarm. Nice. Good job, Sam. Alarm. God, sometimes I just zone out and that bugs me so much. 9:10. Okay. Actually, I probably should get this off of Do Not Disturb then. Anyways, shit, where was I? What else did I get? Oh, where is it? Fuck. There it is. Finally got, hang on. I finally got my Blu-ray of, the Proto Men, Light Up the Night. Or, not Light Up the Night, I had that, sorry. Live in Nashville. I just love Light Up the Night so much, so. Yeah. I wish it had some more special features than it does. It's a nice little photo slideshow that it does have, but I don't know. I'm a sucker for special features, which is why I'm a huge fan of physical media. But I mean, it's a good fucking concert. Granted, I don't really care much for what they did with Act 1. Some of that shit. Oh no, what are you spelling out? What do you spell? Oh, I don't see an N, so we're okay. You won't get banned from YouTube. Anyways, you're not spelling out the gamer word, are you? Oh, okay. I get what you're spelling. Okay. Anyways, Yeah, so live in Nashville, apparently filmed in 2011. I think that was just on the heels of Act 2 coming out in general, and I actually really love what they did with the instrumentation of Act 2. Hello, Master of Fear. How's it going? Anyways, I saw your Lego video, and I do have some criticism, although not like criticism, advice, I should say. Little advice. And I mean this like friendly. I'm trying to help you improve your content, and I think you'll take kindly to it. Just cheap ways to make the video really pop. Shit, thought I had that. But anyways, the basic thing is what is happening in your video with the Lego minifigures, and which, by the way, did you paint those, or are those like mix and match? I'm curious as to that, because if you did paint them, that's actually a very good, like, it's pretty impressive, because like the face on the dude, the second dude, I can't remember his name, but if that's your paint work, that's actually very impressively like similar to. Yeah, it's good criticism. It's not really criticism. It's just a little advice. What happens with your video in the specifically Lego one is, I believe you should add a little kick light, as it's called, right, like from, since you're using your phone, I'm guessing, right? Okay, so it's mix and match. Still, not bad. They look pretty cool. But I would say use a flashlight, some kind of little flashlight like this. Since this would be considered macro, I guess, cinematography, but really it's photography can also be used in terms of visual principle photography. But, and then one sec. Oh, there's another thing for look, just a sec, hang on. So typically what I do is I use like professional, semi-professional grade lights, although this one, the main light's pretty professional. But you want to use what you could do to make it a little cool, a little more. The word I use is pop. But you take a little like light umbrella. If you don't have an umbrella, you can also use anything like semi-transparent, typically off-white. But if you want to experiment with colors, that's also pretty cool to do. As I said in my comment, you can also use Tupperware, I believe, would do the job too. With the Tupperware, you could do something like this. I remember back in the day, I used a something like this, little lamp almost. It spreads out the light and that diffuses it. But what is happening? What I'm basically saying is that your hand is casting a shadow over the figures, and so the way to combat that is to. Yeah, I get that. I get that, Sam. But what happens when some of the detail gets lost when in the shadow of your hand. So to combat that, or really it's not just your hand, but your entire body. To combat that, you use a diffused light. Typically, people use it with granted, this isn't going to look great because it's a not very powerful light, but it diffuses the light, makes it softer, casts softer shadows, looks better. I don't know what camera you're using. I'm assuming it's a phone camera. But if you're using a phone camera with a mode that like uses like I believe the term is a toy mode or some kind of portrait mode, that would also make your figures pop a little better, because of the fact that it'll artificially probably create a little bit of depth of field. Honestly, the way I'd do it is I would do it as photos over you talking. But if you're going to, or at least maybe individual shots focusing around each figure in itself. R.I.P. Renz. R.I.P. Renz. Anyway, so shit, where was I? Yeah, no, I'm trying to give you as low budget as possible options because I understand the hustle. I should. Jesus, I'm dumb. I understand the hustle of being a incredibly low budget production. So, yeah, you could also use a plastic bag. Anything semi-transparent, which is why I recommend particularly Tupperware. Because, well, with Tupperware, it also, like, stuff with plastic bags, it also, like, I think it does the same. I still got a ramen in here. But, see, what it's doing is it's casting the light out just kind of in almost omnidirectional fashion. Granted, it's not perfect, but, it worked. I've done some phenomenal work. I'll actually show you 1 second. I will show you some work I've done with just this type of setup. Granted, I also used a professional grade light. Well, not prosumer grade camera, Nikon D5100, with a kit lens, the 18-55, I believe it was. But it was good. I also had an iPad as the background. It's one of my favorite pictures I've ever taken. I'm going to show you guys. And I think you, as the Master of Fear, might also appreciate it since it has to do with the horror. Where are you? I have a lot. Oh wait, it'd be up here because it's in Photoshop. I also did some Photoshop work recently on it, or a while back. So it's not all in-camera stuff. That's not the version. One sec, but it was good. The one I did, the first version of it, was good enough for like, what's his name? Not Shinji Aramaki, but what's his name? Hideki Kamiya. Hideki Kamiya was a guy who worked on the Resident Evil franchise up to 2. He worked on Resident Evil 1, the OG. What's up, Needgar? Congrats on that contest, by the way. But anyways, let me show you a couple of things I've done with just this setup of just flashlights. I don't even remember what diffusion I used, but I didn't have like lights with that. But this is a picture I did years ago, within 2 years of having the camera in general. Like, Jesus Christ, it's like at least 6 years ago. Let me check, because it should still have the EXIF. Oh, it doesn't. Shit. Whatever. But yeah, this. Granted, this is also photoshopped a little, but the background is technically practical, as it's just I had an iPad at the time, and I just put a screenshot on the screen and propped it up. But yeah, you can get amazing results out of just homebrew shit. Just make sure some of this is there's a photo in that album that might. I mean, no, because the act itself did. I mean, who knows? It's a man's testicle that's enlarged, and there's writing on it, and it was very fun. Part of the Ding Dong Show. Some good times. What's another good one that I did? Where's my Big Daddy one? I also had a Big Daddy statue at one point. Statuette. From BioShock. So I should find that one, because that was done. I did a little thing where I actually used water as a light transmitting like thing. Basically, I filtered a flashlight through water, and that was a pretty cool effect. That was real. Actually, I think that might have been the 35. No, that might have been a pretty good lens. Oh yeah, I had the smoke machine too. Yeah, that was when I had my smoke machine obsession. Anyways, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it, Master Fear. It's one of my favorite that I've done. Although I've done some other great photos too, I think. But this is another one I did the same kind of setup. But I'm pretty sure this was like all. Oh, Your Pretty Face Is Going to Hell is great. I love Henry Zebrowski. Oh wait, no, am I thinking of that? That's the one with it's the demons, but they're like in an office job, right? It's got Henry Zebrowski, right? I think it is. I wanted to watch that. I've never seen it actually, but I love Henry Zebrowski stuff. If you've ever heard of Last Podcast on the Left, that's a great podcast. But yeah, this one I really enjoyed because I had a little water effect. I filtered the flashlight through like a cup of water, and so there's a little bit of texture. Yeah, Henry Zebrowski is very fun. But there's a little bit of water texture. I don't know if it really shows up in this image. I think it kind of is drowned out by the smoke effect, which is a smoke machine. But what I did is I had a macro lens for that too. I forgot about that. It's one of my favorite lenses, actually. Very good color profile. It's this old manual lens. Yeah, this might be a bit of a photo stream tonight. God, I'm rebuilding my catalog of what I have left after the hard drive crashes. Oh, he did. Hang on. Yeah, I've got a meeting tonight at some point, or in 12 minutes. So yeah, this will be cut short around 9. Let's see. What have I got? Here's some old. Yeah, I'm as I said, I'm looking through my old raw files of my photos to see what I still have after the hard drive crash. This was fun. This is a little statuette from Starship Troopers 3, which is the only good Starship Troopers sequel. Granted, it's the last like live action Starship Troopers movie. 2 was so bad. I respected it for what it was trying to do, trying to be a horror film. Instead, like, kind of a John Carpenter kind of siege film. But yeah, no, you can do great work with just little flashlights. Just make sure you add a little diffusion. The backlight, you also might want to try backlighting the things with the same kind of setup. Because like I've got a 3-light setup right now. Typically I do 4. I have a little kick back little kicker back there. Yeah, 3 of them. Yeah, table lamps also work. They're fine for low budget, especially macro stuff like Lego photography would be. They will really work well. I do think you do want to try to you do want to try to diffuse it, and you can just do that with like wax paper. Like you could get kitchen supplies, but I think Tupperware is great because it kind of spreads the light out semi-omnidirectionally. Yeah, what do you need my critique on, Sam? But yeah, that's no, I don't know what phone you have, Master of Fear, so I can't like give you advice on the phone. Although phones do have great cameras now. Granted, I still prefer the versatility of a DSLR with the variety of lenses I have, but I've gotten some good shit off of phones. I mean, my current phone, my V60, this takes 8K video for some reason, even though I don't know if the human eye can actually perceive that. But yeah, any critiques you want, feel free to ask. What do you need? I to be honest, Sam, I got to be honest here. I barely watch anyone else's content right now, but I will check it out. Like, I remember the Doom ones being pretty fun. The Doom streams you did. Granted, the improvements you would to do on those would be to get a capture card. And those are, expensive. Although, if you find like an old, actually, that might be good. If you find an old HD, an Elgato, I actually have one. Of course, I'm going to be using it soon, but it's not a HD60. I don't think you can get the model I have anymore. Oh, stop motion is tough. Stop motion is so tough, but it's in a way it is also easy. You just got to have a mind for it. And if you have that mind, and if you put your mind to it, and if you have that mind, which is a very attention to detail thing, you know what? Actually, you're under 18, so I don't know if they take you yet, but I do have some context to a school. Actually, they do under 18 people. But I do have context to a school who does like visual effects anime. I've got a few people actually. Danny Bowman could help. So I guess I'm at quinwright338@gmail.com. So feel free to get in touch with me, and I will like forward it to some of my people that I know. If you've ever heard of Danny Bowman, she's a animator on the Spectrum who she runs Danimation. It's called her company. So yeah, I went to film school with her. Not like really, she kind of was brought in as I was leaving, and not really like kind of as a separate thing. She was kind of a satellite thing. But yeah, I know Danny. Exceptional Minds is also great. I don't know what we do with stop motion, but it never hurts. Yeah, Elgato, I have never had a problem with really, other than maybe the HDMI cables I've been using with them lately. So, but yeah, Elgato is a great choice. And the Game Capture HD, the regular HD, not the HD60, is the one I have, and it's it's good. You just got to get good bandwidth really for if you want to stream, that is. But yeah, I think video game streams are good because you're actually like really good at video games. Like Doom, you were pretty impressive with, because you were playing on like hardcore, weren't you? Anyways, I'm also gonna have to. But yeah, as far as the stop motion Lego series, stop motion is tough, but if you do have the mind for it, you can get some good shit out of it. You just got to make sure you plan everything out down to the smallest little motion. And, it is just basically all film is in its essence stop motion. It's just whether or not, the things can move on their own. And with Lego, they can't move on their own. So you have to, take a picture. I mean, if you want writing advice, that is primarily my speed. I typically I'm really interested in writing, although I do got to warn you is that my shit's very like, my advice will be probably to be like, I don't know how serious yours is going. So my serious and your serious might be pretty different. Although like because I've just realized a lot of my influences now have become like, oh, this is incredibly bleak, and there's very little hope in anything. Although not really, it's just my baby making the day. But yeah, feel free to contact me for writing advice or anything. Which, granted, I also do want to like. It won't be a lot. It'll be much more on a technical level rather than a story, like because it's your story to tell. So I don't want to like interfere with that. But yeah, quinwright338@gmail.com. Yeah, just HD is the one I have, Sam, and that's a pretty good one. And it's cheaper if you can find it. But yeah. Yeah, definitely. You're good at video games, so you should probably stream video games in the best way possible. So I would support doing the HD, maybe even the 60. But granted, the HD is you only have 7th gen, if I recall correctly. You don't have like a PS4. Which, by the way, if you have a PS4, and I think the One also has that capacity, so you can just stream through the console itself. So yeah, HD is good. Yeah, I'm also not good at drawing either. Like I'm passable for like a senior in high school, sort of, not really. But the thing is, I also do a lot of things visually, and you can also get an artist. It would cost at some point, maybe, unless you find very gory. So yeah, I do a lot of bleak, violent shit. So that's just what I leave in the toilet. But anyways, hey folks, we're having fun here. Anyways, yeah, send me a pitch or a script or whatever, like June did eventually before before he had that realization that I didn't. I don't know. I will give you my honest opinion though. I promise you that, and I don't go back on my word on that. But yeah, send me a pitch. Like if you want, you can tell me the basic idea now. Don't like give out any spoilers if you don't want to, but there's only 6 people here. So what up, Mecca? Goddamn, you're catching right at the end of this part of the stream. I'm gonna have in a couple minutes, I'm gonna have to drop off, and then I'm coming back after a meeting. I'm doing a show prep meeting, so yeah. No, but you don't have to be the artist yourself. You can, like with my Sonichu comic, I might show you guys later the updates on that. You don't need to be the world's best. Like even like Spielberg's boards, they are garbage, terrible. They just get the point across, and then he has other artists do the other work. But you just need to get the point across, and then you can have someone like do it like better. Like God, I want to promote my Sonichu shit, and no, it's. But yeah, anyways, I'm going to have to get off right now. I will be back probably, I would say, 9:45 at the latest, probably, maybe 10. I don't know. I'll try to get out as soon as I can, but this is, it's an important show meeting. So I will see you guys next time. Let's go with, let's end the show with some, some Gunsmith Cats, probably. No, Wenger with Bubblegum Crisis. One sec, guys. Hang on. I will talk to you guys hopefully later a little bit, and we'll have some real fun then. Not sure what I'm going to do there. Probably some videos. Maybe the 5-ish stream again. There's that 5-ish feature length video, which is, oh, Jesus, I haven't watched the full thing yet. But it looks good. It looks very fun. Anyways. Peace out, my boys. Enjoy this. This is Bubblegum Crisis, set to Wenger by Perturbator.